Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. I am the Grandmaster, and today we are here to share a special message about loving your neighbor. I know many of you might be wondering how you can make a difference in the world, and I want you to know that this video is for you. Our goal today is to bring a transformative message directly from the Bible. We will explore a powerful quote that teaches us about the importance of loving our neighbor and how this can improve society. I hope this message touches your heart and inspires you to live a life of love and compassion. Without further ado, let's get to our biblical quote for today. The quote I have chosen to share with you today is from Mark 12 verse 31, which says, "The second is this, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these." This passage is extremely inspiring and offers us a powerful insight into how we should treat others. Let's delve into the meaning of this quote and understand how it can be applied in our lives. To better understand this passage, we need to consider the context in which it was said. Jesus was responding to a teacher of the law who asked him what the greatest commandment was. Jesus replied that the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. He then said that the second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. The phrase, love your neighbor as yourself, teaches us that we should treat others with the same care, respect, and love that we desire for ourselves. This means putting ourselves in others' shoes and acting with compassion and empathy. Jesus emphasizes that there is no commandment greater than these. This highlights the fundamental importance of loving our neighbor in our faith. Loving our neighbor is a direct expression of our love for God. When we love others, we are fulfilling God's will and reflecting His character. This quote challenges us to live a life of practical and active love. It is not just about feelings, but about concrete actions that demonstrate love and care for others. It is a call to make a difference in the lives of those around us through acts of kindness, compassion, and service. Loving your neighbor is a central principle in the Christian life. In the Bible, we find various examples of people who demonstrated extraordinary love for their neighbor, transforming lives and societies around them. Example 1. The Good Samaritan. One of Jesus' most well-known parables is the Good Samaritan, found in Luke 10 verses 25 to 37. Jesus tells the story of a man who was attacked by robbers and left by the roadside. Several people passed by without helping, but a Samaritan, moved by compassion, took care of him, treated his wounds, and paid for his expenses with his own money. The generosity and love of the Good Samaritan were expressed through his actions and the time he dedicated to the wounded man. He not only gave of his financial resources, but also of his time and compassion. This shows that love for one's neighbor can be expressed in many ways and that small actions can have a big impact. Example 2. Jesus Christ. Jesus is the greatest example of love for one's neighbor. Throughout his life and ministry, he demonstrated unconditional love for all people. He healed the sick, fed the hungry, welcomed the marginalized, and forgave sinners. Jesus showed us that love for one's neighbor is sacrificial and unconditional, transcends social and cultural barriers, and is available to everyone. A powerful example is found in John 13 verses 1 to 17. Where Jesus washes the disciples' feet. This act of humble service demonstrated his love and taught the disciples the importance of serving others with humility and love. Example 3. Dorcas. Tabitha. Dorcas, also known as Tabitha, is another notable example of love for one's neighbor. In Acts 9 verses 36 to 42, it is reported that Dorcas was always doing good and helping the poor. When she died, the entire community mourned her loss and showed Peter the clothes and robes she had made for the needy. Peter prayed for her, and she was resurrected, leading many to believe in the Lord. The story of Dorcas teaches us that love for one's neighbor can be demonstrated through acts of service and care. Her dedication to helping the poor and needy profoundly impacted her community and left a lasting legacy of love and compassion. Now that we have seen some biblical examples of love for one's neighbor, let's explore how we can apply these principles in our daily lives. Practice empathy. Put yourself in others' shoes and try to understand their needs and feelings. Empathy is the first step to acting with love and compassion. Act with kindness. Do small acts of kindness every day. It can be a smile, a word of encouragement, or helping someone with a task. Small gestures can have a big impact. Listen actively, be present, and listen to the people around you. Sometimes what people need most is someone to listen to and understand them. Offer help. Be willing to help those in need. It can be through donations, volunteering, or simply offering your time and resources. Practice forgiveness. Forgive those who have wronged you. Forgiveness is a powerful expression of love and can bring healing and reconciliation. Be patient and tolerant. Treat others with patience and tolerance, even when it's difficult. Loving one's neighbor requires effort and commitment. By incorporating these principles into our lives, we can develop a love for our neighbor that will transform our communities and reflect God's love to the world. Developing love for one's neighbor is an ongoing process. Here are some practical strategies to help on this journey, including daily activities, healthy habits, and specific examples. Cultivate a relationship with God. A close relationship with God is essential to developing love for one's neighbor. Dedicate daily time for prayer and Bible reading. This will strengthen your connection with God and give you a solid foundation to practice love for your neighbor. Example, dedicate the first 30 minutes of your day to Bible reading and prayer. This moment can be your foundation for a more balanced and faith-filled day. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for renewing love for one's neighbor. Make a daily list of things you are grateful for and thank God for each one. This will change your perspective and help you focus on blessings instead of problems. Example: keep a gratitude journal where you write 3 things you are grateful for every day before going to bed. This will help you end your day on a positive note. Get involved in a faith community. Participating in a faith community can offer support and encouragement. Get involved in Bible study groups, attend worship services, and seek connections with other believers. Sharing experiences and praying together can strengthen your love for one's neighbor. Example: attend a Bible study group weekly. This group can be a source of spiritual and emotional support, as well as provide an environment for sharing and learning. Meditate on God's promises. God's promises are a source of hope and determination. Find Bible verses that speak about God's promises and meditate on them daily. This will strengthen your trust in God's promises and renew your determination. Example: choose 1 verse per week to memorize and meditate on. Place it in a visible place, such as your work desk or bathroom mirror. Practice activities that strengthen the mind and body. Loving one's neighbor is also reinforced by a healthy body and mind. Regular physical exercise, maintaining a balanced diet, and caring for mental health are essential. Example: incorporate physical activities into your daily routine, such as walking or yoga. These activities not only improve physical health, but also help relieve stress and clear the mind. Get involved in volunteer activities. Volunteering is an excellent way to practice love for one's neighbor. Find a cause you are passionate about and offer your time and skills. Example: volunteer at a local shelter, food bank, or community organization. Helping others is not only good for those who receive, but also for those who give. Let's now hear some testimonies of people who were transformed by loving their neighbor. Testimony 1. John. John was a successful businessman, but felt something was missing in his life. One day, he started offering free meals to homeless people. What began as an individual act of kindness turned into a large community initiative involving friends, family, and co-workers. Through this project, John not only helped many people, but also found renewed purpose in his own life. Testimony 2. Laura. Laura always had a passion for helping others, but never knew where to start. She decided to volunteer at a local nursing home, visiting and talking to the residents. Laura soon became a beloved presence, bringing joy and comfort to many. Her dedication inspired other volunteers to join her, creating a community of care and compassion. Testimony 3. Mark. Mark faced many challenges in his youth and was on the brink of despair. One day, he found a church that offered mentoring programs for at-risk youth. Through the support and love of the mentors, Mark found direction and hope. He now works as a mentor in the same program, helping other young people overcome their challenges. The love he received transformed his life, and now he is giving that love back to the community. These testimonies show how love for one's neighbor can have a profound and transformative impact, both for those who give and those who receive. To conclude, let's recap what we discussed today. We talked about the powerful quote from Mark 12 verse 31, which encourages us to love our neighbor as ourselves. We explored the meaning of this passage and how it teaches us about the importance of loving our neighbor and being generous. We learned about the importance of loving our neighbor with inspiring examples like the Good Samaritan, Jesus Christ, and Dorcas, showing us that loving our neighbor can sustain us during the toughest times and transform lives. We also saw how to apply these principles in our daily lives and heard testimonies of people who were transformed by loving their neighbor. I want to encourage all of you to apply these lessons in your lives. Remember that, regardless of the circumstances, you can find strength in God and develop the love for your neighbor necessary to transform lives around you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone who might need it. See you next time, and may God bless you.